Hello, welcome to PDX Garden Home. I thought today I would take you around other parts of the garden besides the north garden where you often see me, because that's where I enjoy doing all the vegetable gardening. But behind me here is what I call the middle garden, and I would say this is kind of the next best garden for us. Just over here is the perennial herb bed, so I'll show you that a little bit. But a couple of newer things that we have in the middle garden here that I thought were of interest. A new flower for me, Agarantum, Ageratum. I'll have you take a look at that, and heliotrope, heliotropium, or heliotrope. It's been flowering during the season, which looked nice. Right now, after we just had a kind of a heavy rain, it's not looking its best, but I'll give you a quick look at that as well. And then we also have a couple of banana trees brought over by a neighbor and a friend who keeps us well stocked in those. A few things we have over here in the herb bed. One thing that's nice is the lemon balm didn't overrun it, as I was concerned about earlier this year. You'll see probably some of the French sorrel that's in there, but one of the things that I like this time of year is the fennel seeds. So the fennel plant is seeding, and I love coming along, grabbing those and chewing on them. We also have pineapple sage. We had lost our pineapple sage plant the year before, and we put a new one in this earlier, probably late spring, and it's just done really well, grown up quite a bit. There's some lavender in here, some chives, which have been perennial. They've been here since the beginning, before I was here. We have a type of oregano here. The nursery told us it was a pizza oregano. It's got a great fragrance. It's got kind of a different kind of leaf on it, and you rub that leaf and you definitely do get that smell of pizza. Well, here in the south lawn, not much has changed over the season. We've got some foxgloves that are doing well, and hopefully will be ready to bloom next season. The impatiens have done well, but everything else is just kind of blah. Yeah, let me take you around and show you what I mean. What we have here is the east garden, and my wife has put a lot of time, my wife and our friend Ethan put some time into this garden in the last month or so. They put this trellis up. We've always kind of had this kind of sprinkler head sitting there to water this area, but they put this trellis up with the intent that we can grow some flowering, vining plants over it this next coming season. And then beyond that, this whole patch was covered in wild strawberries, and it'd taken over, and that's not what we wanted in here. So those have been pulled up. We already had the echinacea, some of the echinaceas in here, but they've been thinned out and groomed up a little bit. And then we have some giant marigolds, which we planted late, and so we've been waiting all season for them to bloom, and as you'll see, they're just on the precipice of blooming in here. And then there's some zinnias, same kind of thing. We planted them late. We've been waiting. They've been teasing us with the buds ready to bloom for a while now. It hasn't quite made it. The rabbits kind of got in here and chomped the tops of some of the zinnias early on as well, so that added some frustration to it. But all in all, we added some mums back there, and all in all, I think it's looking pretty good. And then beyond that, we've got over here, this flowering bush. I wasn't sure what it was, but I saw a response in a Facebook gardening group that this was to somebody else, that it looked like a crepe myrtle. And so somebody else's plant that looked the same, they were told it was a crepe myrtle. So I'm thinking that may be what this is. You guys have been great. You all have been great in the comments, kind of confirming things like this for me. So if you happen to know, yeah, let me know in the comments. Is that what I'm looking at here at Crepe Myrtle? Well, as you can see in the woodland garden here, I've laid down kind of compost along the edges of the path for plantings, and our plant, you'll see kind of where it gets more sun. You can tell exactly where it gets more sun because you can see all the weeds popping up because my compost is very weedy. And so we'll come along here with a hoe and weed some of this. But yeah, some of the plants are doing okay, but you can tell that this year and this summer I didn't really fill this out a whole lot more than what I showed you back probably in the spring, the last time we took a tour around here.